Alright, what's going on, guys? Moxification here. So today, I thought I'd do a bit of a different video. Not really too sure why. Got this idea probably about a couple of weeks ago. I got it from you know, like when you're on Twitter or you're on, I guess maybe it's on Instagram as well. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure what platforms or things you use on a daily basis, but Twitter's definitely one of them things for me. And every now and then you'll see like a meme, or I don't even know what you'd call it. Is a meme one of them things where there's like a picture and then there's text at the top and text at the bottom? I think that's what a meme is. I could be totally wrong, but I mean, that just shows you how, like, you know, not up to date I am with like stuff and, like, you know, social media and that. But you know, like, you see them images and it's like, you know, you're a 90s kid, or you know you're a 2000 kid if you ... Yeah, like, you probably know what I'm talking about. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you're probably as off the map as me. But I mean, I've seen it, so you should have seen it. But you see those pictures on Twitter or whatever, and this is kind of like that, but I don't really want to compare it. But you know, I'm sure that the comparison will already be there. But this is like, all of these things that I'm going to be showing in this video are like, you would have only ever seen it if you're a real OG, kind of like that. It's almost like that. But yeah, so first thing we got COD 4, then we got World at War, then we got MW2. Maybe I'll do different games in the future, but these are like the real OG mods that you would have only ever seen if you've been around for a long time. That's it. But yeah, so first one, COD 4. This is a Tisla Elite menu, I believe, and it's, to be honest, I wanted to show a different one. I wanted to show the Game Revolver one, the gamerevolver.co.uk. It was by Flying Turnip. The reason I wanted to show that was because that was probably the first one that I remember thinking, like, what, like, this is sick. Along with like IX Love My Ex Cotton, that guy. There's quite a lot of guys. There was Redneck, there was Killshot. You know, if you know these people that I'm talking about, you're like the real OG, you know, like that's how it is, that's how it works, in my book anyway. This menu, if you've never seen this before, that's fine. It just means maybe you haven't been around as long as other people in the scene, but this menu is like, it's cool, you know, it's a cool menu. COD 4 menus have been around for a long time, they're sick. This is one of the sick ones, and yeah, so it's a sick menu. It's a COD 4 infectable menu. So, you know, if you ever seen COD 4 infection menus from 2011 to 2012 on the 360, you are a real OG. That's how it is. But yeah, so the next one on the list, I believe, is World at War. I believe this is a zombies. Yep, zombies menu. Totally went off the plot there. But yeah, this is a zombies menu. If you've ever seen this before, or you've ever used this menu before, or well, I'm sure a lot of people have used it. What I'm going for is, if you ever hosted this menu before with an ISO, you know, an ISO disc, you are a real OG. It's weird. It sounds so cringy. I'm not even gonna lie, but it's true. It's true. This menu, I've got a load of sick memories from using. You know, like, I've probably used this like so many times. Mainly me not even being a host. You know, I remember seeing this on being hosted all the time on Zombies. I'm sure there's still people out there who host this on a daily basis on World at War. It's a sick menu. It's a massive menu. There are better menus. There are menus like, I know there was the programmer, which came a little bit after this. By the way, didn't even mention it. This is I've totally forgotten. Motion Flex. I was thinking So Wasted, because So Wasted is a COD 4 menu. But yeah, Motion Flex 2.1. I believe this is an edited version. Actually, I don't think this is the original, but it's 2.1. It's like a special one. I'm not too sure who made it, or who edited it, sorry. But it's a sick menu. It's a sick menu entirely. I mean, it's got so many different features. Like, it's got all these different things that you wouldn't ever think to add. It's got all of these different game modes. You'll see in the menu as I scroll through it, you know, throughout the video. You'll see there's like there's a modded lobby that you can select, and that gives every single person in the lobby the menu, and it gives you all these, you know, upgraded weapons, the wonder weapon, the ray gun, you know, all upgraded. It gives everyone the menu, and then you can verify them, or you can just have it on regular and no one knows you've got a menu. But when I first started the game, I remember I pressed D-pad left and D-pad up, and that enabled the prestige and that enabled the divas. And when that does that, it gives you like a super jump and that, so everyone knows you've got the menu straight away second you do that. But yeah, so it's a sick menu. It really is. If you've ever seen this before, you've ever used this before, or you ever hosted this before, then you are the real OG. And I think every time we get to the end or the start of, you know, one of these, I'll just say that because I don't know, it's a bit weird still. But yeah. So the next one, I believe, when I say the next one, I'll probably have that go through quite quick, the World of War one, because not really much to talk about on it. But the final one is the MW2, MW2, which is the K-Brizzle final tree patch. If you've ever seen this before, if you've ever hosted this before, if you've ever used this in System Link before, you are, as I said before, you're pretty OG, I guess. It's pretty sick, this menu. It's quite, what's the name? What's the term? There's a term that you'd say, it's almost like nostalgic, because you'd never really see this anymore, because right now MW2 is on TU8, whereas, you know, this is TU6. There's many menus for MW2 that I would say are like a lot better than this, but this is like one of those menus where you know it. You know, if you've never seen it before, don't really know what to say to you. You know, you're definitely not an OG. But yeah. So I just thought I'd share a couple of the old menus, the proper OG, you know, original menus. You know, like just because it's I thought it'd be a good idea. But yeah. So I think that's it. Yeah. That's about it. Thanks, Moxification, and I'll see you in the next video. Yeah, goodbye.